Hi guys, so today I'm gonna be doing a review of the 7 deadly sins. If you're not Christian, the 7 deadly sins are like these sins that if you, oh my god, I don't think I even understand what it is. I'm pretty sure the 7 deadly sins are 7 sins that if you do, you're automatically going to hell. I don't know how that's different from the 10 commandments, because those are also 10 things that take you to hell, but they have the word deadly in their name. The 10 commandments are 10 commandments, but the 7 deadly sins are the 7 deadly sins, so they're probably worse. The 10 commandments are here and the 7 deadly sins are way down here. You fucked up. Jesus will not love you if you commit these 7 deadly sins. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the 7 deadly sins. I'm going to be rating them based on how fun it is and the gravity of the sin, and just overall, does this deadly sin slap? Alright, so the first sin on our list is pride. So pride, is it fun? If I'm rating pride on fun, I think pride is a pretty fun sin, not gonna lie. It's self-indulgence. It feels good to be proud about something. So yeah, I would say pride it's fun. On a scale of 1 to 10 for fun, I would say pride is a 7. Now the gravity of it, I don't know. I think pride is not really that grave. Maybe your pride would get someone killed if you're not listening to other people or something, or you refuse to be wrong. But overall, I don't think pride is that deadly of a sin. It's bad, but it's not murder. I mean, I guess pride could lead to murder, so anyway, for gravity of the sin, I would say pride is it's a 5, it's a toss-up. Overall, does this sin slap? It's not a banger, but it makes some points, yeah. Alright, so our next sin is greed. Greed is, yeah, when you hoard things. So greed, is it fun? It's kind of fun if you're a child. If you're an immature person, greed is a fun sin to partake in. So on a scale of 1 to 10 for fun, I would give greed a 4. Greed is really not that fun. As far as gravity of it, I think greed is extremely dangerous. If you look at in history, any single group of people that have hoarded resources has resulted in the mass death and catastrophe of a lot of people. Yeah, I think greed is probably the most grave one. On a scale of 1 to 10, greed is definitely a 10. I would say 10 out of 10. Horrible, horrible, deadly sin. Does it slap? No, greed just doesn't slap. It's not even fun to partake in greed. It doesn't feel good. Unless you're a soulless person, there's just nothing fun or exciting about greed. I guess the only good thing that comes from greed is that your life is pretty lit. So I guess on a personal level, it can kind of slap, but nah. Greed does not slap. The next sin on our list is wrath. Wrath is pretty much anger, but it's more seething anger. It's not your usual oh, I missed my train because some asshole was walking too slow in front of me or something. It's I will literally murder this person in cold blood if given the chance. So yeah, is wrath fun? Honestly, I would say yeah. I'm not gonna lie, as someone who spends a lot of time on the internet, at some point you realize there's sort of something fun about getting angry at things. If you're on social media, you'll just see a bunch of people getting angry at one thing and you want to join in. I used to watch old cartoons and wonder why were people always like joining mobs, or mobs are kind of lit. It's like getting together with friends, strangers, just a whole bunch of people coming together and being angry about something. There's something really exciting about being angry. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say wrath is an 8. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Is wrath a grave sin? Yeah, I guess you could say, yeah, it probably is. I reckon most people that get like homicided, most victims of homicide are probably victims of wrath. On a scale of 1 to 10, how grave is it? I guess I give it a 9, you know? Like I still firmly believe greed is worse, but wrath is pretty grave. Okay, so does wrath slap? On one hand, it's really fun to be angry at things. I'm not gonna lie, like there's just something really human about. But on the other hand, it results in a lot of murder and death. I guess it sort of slaps. Yeah, it slaps, like just a little though. Not like it's not a bop, it's not a banger, but it sort of slaps. But I don't feel good in saying that wrath slaps. Yeah, there's no good feeling there. Next up, we have sloth. This is my personal favorite deadly sin. Sloth it's really hard to describe. I guess a lot of people describe sloth as laziness, but sloth could be inaction, it could be indifference, it could be ambivalence. It's just not giving a fuck and not doing a fuck. Is sloth fun? Yes. I think most humans only work because someday there's a promise of retirement, there's a promise of reprieve from our daily toils where we can sloth it the fuck up. The ability to just do nothing and just have all your needs met and just do nothing of value. That is a luxury that we all chase, you know? Everyone does things because at the end of the day, one day there's a slim chance that we won't need to do more things. That usually occurs when you die. So on a scale of 1 to 10, is sloth fun? Yes. Sloth is fucking fun. It's more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Moving on, is it a grave sin? Because I feel like it's one of those sins where it's like indirectly bad. On the one hand, like you're not doing anything, but on the other hand, your lack of doing something enables people who are doing bad things to keep doing their bad things. I think it's sort of grave. Like I would give it a 6 out of 10 for gravity, because yes, you're not actively doing anything, but you're allowing things to happen, and yeah, that's sort of bad. So does it slap? Yes. Like the negative side, like the negative parts aside, yeah, sloth slaps. It goes off. Makes a lot of points. I love sloth. It's like the deadly sin that I will probably go to hell for is sloth. Yeah. So next up we have envy. Envy is like, I guess, jealousy combined with like hatred, but it's mostly about jealousy. That's how I would describe it. Envy, is it fun? No. I think this is like one of the most like not worth it deadly sins. Like I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning and is like, oh, I can't wait to be envious of people. Envy is one of those sins where I don't think anyone actively does it. It's like one of those things where if you ever participate in envying someone or something, you don't do it on purpose. Like no one's like scheduled in their day, like, yeah, 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be envious of Kim Kardashian or something. Like no one plans that. Like, so it's not fun. It's like, it's involuntary and it sucks. It feels like shit to be envious of someone. When I was a kid, I remember one time being really envious of this kid who broke his arm because he got a bunch of days off of school. And it's kind of really fucked up that as a kid, I wish I was someone whose arm had been broken so I could miss. Like, envy just doesn't feel good. So no, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's a -5 fun. It's not fun. Is it grave? Envy? Yeah, it's been behind a lot of some of the worst atrocities in human history. So I think on a scale of 1 to 10, envy, I would rate it, like in terms of gravity, I would rate it an 8. It's pretty up there. All right, so the next deadly sin is gluttony. Gluttony is like, I would say it's like greed's prettier sister. Gluttony is really just like overconsumption of things, namely food, I think is the context in which it was created, but like just overconsumption of anything, excessive consumption. Gluttony, is it fun? Yes. In terms of like food, I am a big glutton. I will eat a hole in anything. My stomach is a bottomless pit. As you can see, I'm a chubby girl, so I love to eat. So, yeah, gluttony, is it fun on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 out of 10. Hell yeah, it's fun. Actually, no, I'll take a little bit back, because at least sloth is fun and it feels fun completely. There's like a little bit of like guilt associated with overconsumption of anything and side effects and things like that. So I'll scale that 10 to 10 down back to a like 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 gluttony is fun. So the gravity of it. On one hand, like, I think that gluttony can be really, really bad, but I think it's more of a personal bad. Like, overconsumption of food leads to, like, you know, health problems like diabetes and high blood pressure and things like that. Overconsumption of alcohol leads to like alcoholism. Overconsumption of weed leads to Elon Musk. Yeah, it's just bad in like a personal level. So like the gravity of it, I guess I would give it like a 4 out of 10. It's like bad, but like it's bad for you. So gluttony, does it slap? Yeah, it slaps. It slaps. Alright, finally, I saved the funnest deadly sin for last, and that is lust. Ah! Okay, so lust is desire. I would describe it as desire. In the context of when it was written, it's like probably about sexual desire. But I really think lust is about just like unbridled desire. Lust, is it fun? It can be. It's fun if the lust is like a reciprocal lust, you know, but more so than often it's not, and it's like a lot of like feelings and a lot of messiness involved. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate lust, honestly, I give it a 4 out of 10. It's just, it's not that fun. Okay, the gravity of it. I think lust is kind of one of the more benign ones. Like, I think a lot like gluttony, it's really you tend to hurt yourself most. I guess like if it gets out of hand and becomes obsession, it can also hurt the other person involved. But I feel like that's when like lust mixes in with like wrath or envy, you know, things like that. But lust, pure lust, just like lusting after something, it tends to be like either you're getting hurt or the other person who's being lusted after is getting hurt, and that's really where the pain is. So on a grand scale, it's not hurting a lot of people, but it can hurt yourself and others. So I guess on a scale of 1 to 10, lust would be like a 5. It'd be like a 5. So lust, does it slap? No, does not slap. I don't really think it slaps. Like, I think lust is overblown. Lust is used to like control us. Like, commercials use sex appeal, and like they use food that we would want and things like that, just to like get us to spend money and like waste our time. Like, lust is used to control us, and to be honest, it's a lot of empty promises being made with lust. Like, lust, I just don't think it slaps. Like, it doesn't go off. No. Lust does not slap. So yeah, that's my rating of the 7 deadly sins. My personal favorite deadly sin is gonna have to be sloth. Like, it's fun, it slaps, it's a banger, it's a bop, it goes off, it snaps, and it serves. My least favorite, envy. Not fun, not useful, and it just hurts a lot of people. Honorary mention, greed. Greed is terrible, terrible, terrible sin. And greed, but you know what? The great thing about greed is it usually leads to the downfall of the greedy person. So it's the only deadly sin that I would say like pretty much has karma built in. Greedy people will always meet a very greedy end. Actually, that's not true. There are lots of super rich people that die comfortably in their sleep. But I like to think that if the revolution comes again, when it does, that's when they truly will see the faults of their greed. Alright, so that was my video. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to, because like, honestly, it's okay if you don't. But if you do subscribe, it would be great, because I'm pretty close to 5,000. That's not 5, that's 5,000. And if I get 5,000 subscribers, I will have a Q&A, and I will answer some of your most pressing questions about me and Ada as a person. Some, if they're invasive, I won't answer. I'm sorry, I will not tell you my star sign. I just won't. I'm sorry. That's just invasive, like, information. Anyway, also, I have a thread in my community section of my page. So if you go, like, I think it's like 2 posts down, there you can post the questions that you have for me. I'll leave a link to that post in the description, I guess. So yeah, if you have any questions, go post it there. And I'm getting really close to 5K. I'm like 100 and something away, and I'm really excited. Thank you guys so much for constantly supporting me as a person, as an artist, as a mess, as a concept, as a construct. It really means a lot to me, and you guys are some of the like nicest fans on the internet. Like, I rarely ever see hate mail, and when I do, it's not even that like biting, you know, it doesn't even hurt my core. Like, my hate mail would be like, this isn't that funny, and that's like, that's not that bad, you know. Like, for most black people, it's the N-word. So I think you guys are really awesome. But yeah, please share, like, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I will see you soon, hopefully with another interesting video.